Dear friends, welcome to my 43rd thought for the week. The first one since the lifting of lockdown. At long last I can now say those words, and what a joy it is to be able to do so. Have you ever stopped to think what a marvellous thing light is? What would we do without it? How would we manage? Just imagine what would happen if there was no light and we went round in complete darkness. We wouldn't be able to see what we were doing, and we would keep bumping into one another. If it is pitch black, it is very difficult to do anything except sleep. So it's just as well that the sun gives light to shine on the world so that we can see what we are doing. And when night time falls, it is very useful that people have learned to make candles, paraffin and gas, and especially electricity, to give us light when the sun goes down. Besides giving us illumination to show us what we are doing, light can be used in many other ways. For example, it can be used as a means of warning. The lighthouse flashes its light to keep ships and boats away from dangerous rocks and coastlines. Traffic lights show the colours amber and red as a sign that it is not safe to proceed until the green light comes on. Sometimes light can be a means of attracting attention. For example, if we are lost on a walk or climb a hill or mountain and fall and hurt ourselves, and it's getting dark, we can flash our torches as a means of showing the rescue party where to find us. Light can be attractive, warm and comforting. For example, if we were lost on a walk across the countryside and again night is falling, we are beginning to get anxious. How good it is to see the light shining from a farmhouse or a village. Then we can make our way there and find out where we are. And maybe we would use a telephone to contact somebody to come and collect us. So light is very useful, and life would be much more difficult without it. Isaiah chapter 9 verses 1 to 7 and John chapter 1 verses 1 to 14 and chapter 8 verse 12 all talk about light. First of all, the person we call Isaiah the prophet said that the people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. They lived in a land of shadows, but now light is shining on them. And John writes, saying that God has gave his Son, Jesus Christ, to be the light of the world. And he went on to say that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has never mastered it. That means the darkness has never put it out. Later, Jesus declared that people who followed him would possess the light of life. God gave Jesus Christ to be the light of the world, to shine as an example, and to show people how God wants them to live. That is what Jesus did. Christmas is the time when we remember and celebrate his birth. But we remember also that when he grew up and he tried to show God what God was like, he told people that God loved them and cared about them, and they should love God and care about one another. People should be honest, ready to share their belongings and their food with others. People shouldn't be selfish, but concerned with serving God and trying to do what God wants. So Jesus was born in Bethlehem and grew up in Nazareth. Through Jesus, God's special light was shining in the world. And that light goes on shining because the friends of Jesus went on meeting together, even when Jesus had been taken away from them. The church came into being, and ever since it has always gone on telling the the story of Jesus. Nothing can defeat the story of Jesus, and no one can put out the light of Jesus. If we were to put out all the lights, say in one of our churches or homes, and let just candles burn, there would be light. Even if there was only one candle on its own, it would burn brightly. And even though there would be darkness all round, the darkness wouldn't prevent the light of the candle shining around about it. That is how it is with God's light, which shines in Jesus. Wherever and whenever the story is told, the light of Jesus Christ will shine. Jesus, who was born in Bethlehem over 2,000 years ago, and whose light shines in the dark, but the darkness does not put it out. For Jesus Christ is the light of the world. Many of you will remember singing as a child, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine." And as the saying goes, there is light at the end of the tunnel, but we must remain focused on it. This week, pray that you personally can remain focused on it and think of ways in which you can let that light shine in the lives of those you meet, see on Zoom or in church, or speak to on the phone or in an email. Until next time, keep well and keep safe. Shalom, my friends. Shalom.